Let's rock.
Welcome all new and returning players. This video series is designed for all the new Epic Games players and any other new players. These videos are primarily meant for players who will be regulating our community. However, everything will be applicable in any Rising Storm 2 server. The comments I will be making in this guide are heavily influenced from my style of play and my personal stances on the game. Before you jump into a game, I would highly suggest you check out the character creator in the soldier menu. This will show you all the cosmetics that you can receive for your character and give you the ability to create unique looks for specific teams and loadouts. If this is your first time playing, I recommend selecting the bootcamp menu and viewing all of these high quality tutorial videos that are already put together for players. These videos should give any player enough confidence and general understanding of how the game is played. I also encourage any player to load up the shooting range to get your initial settings configured before jumping into an actual game. Under the practice menu, there is a shooting range and a helicopter range for players to check out some of the weapons or fly any of the available helicopters. When you join a team, you will need to select a role before you can spawn. You generally will have a limited amount of roles available, and those roles are decided by which map you are playing. Before joining the game, make sure to check what weapons are available to the class that you have selected from the drop-down menu. If you leave your cursor over the weapon, it will actually display the statistics for that weapon. Each role will have unique weapons available to them, and the loadouts will change based on map. For example, in campaign mode, there are early war, mid-war, and late war loadouts for each faction. You can even change what type of ammo types that you want to use. For machine guns, it's between the belt or the box mags. Some roles will have so many weapon choices, you will need to scroll down. This can be very buggy in online lobbies and quite frustrating. You can either mouse scroll or wheel click. I find the most success by clicking on the scroll bar in order to move it up and down. When you finally decide that you would like to spawn into the firing range, you will find a large amount of weapons located behind the sandbags for you to pick up and try out. Here are some settings that you should set up before your first match. Under gameplay, I prefer to enable the following under weapon: manual bolt, manual pump, and automatic reload. With manual bolt and manual pump, you click once to fire and again to pump or chamber the next round. I believe this method allows you to fire faster than the automatic or default method. Automatic reload will automatically reload your weapon if you attempt to fire with no rounds left in the chamber. This means if your weapon has no bullets, firing will trigger the reload versus having to press your reload hotkey. Under aircraft vehicle, you definitely want to enable advanced flight module. We'll be covering flying later in a different video, but enabling this gives you manual control over your collective, which is essential if you want to try to pilot anything. Under player view in HUD, you can adjust your field of view to your liking. Changes will take instant effect in game, so you can find an FOV that you enjoy playing with. Player name and icon display distances allow you to set how far away you can view teammates. I would set this to the max distance in order to try and help you avoid getting team kills. You can also decide if you want the south to always be blue and the north to always be red, or you can always set your team to be blue with the setting display friendly team is blue and enemy team is red. Make sure enable peripheral whips is checked and turned on. Also make sure enable developer console is checked and turned on. You can also customize your kill feed to your liking. I prefer to show all in order to keep track of who is killed or who is doing the killing in a game. In order to manually set your graphic settings, make sure that the quality level is set to custom. I would also recommend turning off depth of field. You will also be able to try all the post-processing types. I personally prefer war movie as the default processing is a little bit too bright for myself. These changes will take place instantly for you to see which ones that you do prefer. If you enable the developer console, you can now access it by pressing the tilde key. If you didn't, you can access the console with F3 by default. You can now type the command all weapons in order to give your character a majority of the weapons in the game. Now that we have a whole bunch of weapons in our inventory to test on the firing range, now would be an excellent time to go back into the settings and see what kind of aiming style the game has to offer us that we like best. The game comes with 3 different aiming styles that you can select under Iron Sight Free Aim. Go ahead and try each one. My favorite of the 3 is none. When joining a server, you can use the Find Match button. This will load up any server with more than 30 players, and you can also set if you want the Find Match button to include custom content. Or you can view the browser. In the browser, you will be able to filter servers and sort them as you like. You can use the filter option at the bottom, or you can click and sort by name, map, mode, players, or even ping. I would highly recommend that you take the time to find and play on a community server. This game is full of amazing communities, and they'll have a great amount of veteran players willing to assist new players. Once you find a community server you like, you can right-click the server and favorite it. That way, you'll have an easier time finding it next time in your Favorites tab. If you don't remember what server you were playing on, you can view the recently played and also favorite the server that way. The last thing that I will say is that you should do whatever is fun for you. The game does not have a very good reward system, so try and make in-house goals for yourself as a player, whether that be your overall stats, role-specific stats, or weapon stats. I will say that the average time difference between a level 0 and a level 99 is anywhere from 600 to 1000 hours of in-game time. Some people are going to worry about kills, others will tell you that the objective is the most important thing. Try not to get frustrated at losing or every time that you die. To fully enjoy the beauty of this game, fall in love with the process and mechanics of playing. If you can find joy in the process, you will find yourself enjoying and playing this game for a very long time.